Welcome back to our channel. We hope you'll find valuable content here. If you enjoy our channel, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Let's dive in. In the fast-paced world of business, the ability to think on your feet can set you apart. But what if we told you that this skill isn't reserved for the naturally gifted or those with high IQs? It's about training your brain, much like how an athlete trains their body. Imagine you're in a meeting, and a question catches you off guard. While the natural reaction might be to follow the questioner's line of thought, what if you could steer the conversation in a direction you're comfortable with? This is where the power of steering comes into play. Instead of being a passive participant, you become the driver. For instance, if asked about declining sales, instead of delving into specifics right away, you could steer the conversation towards the broader market trends, giving you time to gather your thoughts. But how do you decide which direction to steer towards? Enter framework thinking. At its core, it's about having a mental structure or a blueprint that helps you organize your thoughts quickly. Think of it as having a toolbox. Each tool, or framework, has a specific purpose. Need to discuss revenue? Pull out the revenue framework. Want to delve into profitability? There's a framework for that too. The power of taking control. In the world of business, conversations are more than just exchanges of information. They're a dance of influence, negotiation, and strategy. Every word spoken, every question posed, and every response given can shift the balance of power in a room. But what happens when you're put on the spot? When a question or comment catches you off guard? For many, the immediate reaction is to follow the lead of the person who posed the question. But there's another way, a method that not only allows you to regain your footing but also to take control of the conversation. This method is all about steering, not following. Imagine you're in a high-stakes meeting. The room is filled with executives, stakeholders, and potential investors. You've prepared for this moment for weeks, rehearsing every possible scenario in your mind. But then, out of the blue, someone throws a curveball question at you. Your heart rate spikes, your palms get sweaty, and for a split second, you're at a loss for words. It's a situation many of us have faced, and it's a situation many of us dread. But what if, instead of being led by the question, you could lead the conversation? What if you could steer it in a direction where you feel confident and in control? This is the essence of steering. Steering is not about evasion or avoiding the question. It's about taking a moment to process, to find your footing, and then guiding the conversation in a direction that allows you to showcase your knowledge, your expertise, and your confidence. It's about recognizing that while you might not have an immediate answer to the specific question posed, you have a wealth of knowledge on the broader topic. And by steering the conversation towards that broader topic, you can buy yourself time to think, to formulate a response, and to regain control. Let's take a practical example. Suppose you're a product manager presenting a new software tool to a group of potential clients. Mid-presentation, someone asks a technical question that you're not immediately sure about. Instead of stumbling or admitting you don't know, you could steer the conversation by saying, "That's an excellent technical question. Before we dive into that, let's first understand the broader context of how this tool fits into the overall workflow." By doing this, you're not avoiding the question. You're framing it within a larger context, giving yourself time to think, and ensuring that the audience has a holistic understanding before diving into specifics. In essence, steering is a skill, a tool in your communication arsenal that allows you to navigate conversations with grace, confidence, and control. It's about recognizing that in the dance of conversation, you have the power to lead. The essence of framework thinking. In the vast ocean of information, ideas, and concepts, how does one find clarity? How does one sift through the noise and grasp the essence of a topic? The answer lies in a powerful cognitive tool called framework thinking. At its core, framework thinking is about creating structured mental models that help organize and process information. It's akin to having a set of shelves in your mind, where each shelf is dedicated to a specific topic or concept. When new information comes in, instead of letting it float aimlessly in your mind, you place it on the appropriate shelf, giving it context and meaning. But why is this so important, especially in the world of business? The answer is twofold. First, framework thinking allows for quicker decision-making. When faced with a challenge or a problem, instead of getting overwhelmed by the myriad of factors at play, you can pull out a relevant framework and use it as a lens to view the situation. This lens provides clarity, highlighting the key factors that need attention. Second, framework thinking enhances communication. In business, clear communication is paramount. Whether you're pitching an idea to investors, explaining a strategy to your team, or negotiating a deal, the ability to convey complex ideas in a structured and understandable manner can make all the difference. Frameworks provide this structure. They serve as a common language, a shared understanding that ensures everyone is on the same page. Let's take a practical example to illustrate this. Imagine you're tasked with improving the revenue of a product. A common approach might be to dive straight into the details, analyzing sales data, looking at customer feedback, and brainstorming marketing strategies. While these are all important, framework thinking offers a different starting point. It suggests beginning with a simple framework: revenue equals number of units x price. This framework immediately brings clarity. Are sales low because of the number of units sold, or is it the pricing? By breaking down the problem into its core components, you can focus your efforts more effectively. But where do these frameworks come from? Some are taught in business schools, some are gleaned from experience, and others are borrowed from different fields and adapted. The beauty of framework thinking is its flexibility. It's not about memorizing a set of rigid structures, it's about developing the ability to create and adapt frameworks as needed. In conclusion, framework thinking is more than just a cognitive tool. It's a mindset, a way of approaching problems, and a strategy for clear communication. In the ever-evolving world of business, where change is the only constant, having a structured way to process information and make decisions is invaluable. Practical examples of frameworks. In the realm of business and decision-making, abstract concepts can often feel overwhelming. While understanding the theory behind a concept is crucial, its real value emerges when applied practically. Frameworks, as we've discussed, are structured mental models that help in organizing thoughts and making informed decisions. But how do these frameworks manifest in real-world scenarios? Let's explore some practical examples. The revenue framework. Every business, regardless of its size or industry, revolves around generating revenue. But what influences this revenue? At its core, the revenue framework can be distilled into a simple equation: revenue equals number of units x price. Imagine a local coffee shop experiencing a dip in its monthly revenue. Instead of diving headfirst into various marketing strategies or promotions, the owner could use the revenue framework to pinpoint the issue. Are fewer customers walking in, leading to a decrease in the number of units sold? Or has a recent price hike deterred regular customers? By breaking down the problem using this framework, targeted solutions can be devised. Perhaps it's time for a promotional offer to boost footfall or a slight adjustment in pricing. The profit framework. While revenue indicates the money coming into a business, profit reflects its actual financial health. The profit framework is another foundational model: profit equals revenue cost. Consider a tech startup that's garnered substantial revenue in its first quarter. On the surface, things seem rosy. However, using the profit framework, the founders realize that their costs, be it in research and development, marketing, or salaries, are skyrocketing, leaving them with a meager profit margin. This framework allows them to identify areas where costs can be optimized, ensuring the startup's sustainability in the long run. The customer satisfaction framework. In today's digital age, where word of mouth can make or break a brand, customer satisfaction is paramount. A potential framework here could be customer satisfaction equals expectations, perceived performance. A budding e-commerce platform, noticing a spike in returns and complaints, could employ this framework. Are customers' expectations not aligning with the product's perceived performance? Maybe the product listings are misleading, or the quality doesn't match the price point. By understanding the gap between expectation and performance, the platform can make necessary adjustments, ensuring repeat customers and positive reviews. In essence, frameworks are not just theoretical constructs. They are practical tools that, when employed correctly, can offer clarity in chaos, direction in dilemma, and strategy in uncertainty. They are the compasses that guide businesses through the tumultuous seas of the market, ensuring they reach their desired destinations. Building your library of frameworks. Frameworks are invaluable tools in the business world, providing structure and clarity to complex problems. However, their true power is unleashed when you have a diverse and extensive library of frameworks at your disposal. Building this library is a journey, one that involves learning, adapting, and creating frameworks that suit your unique needs and contexts. The goal of framework thinking. The ultimate aim of building a library of frameworks is to have a versatile and comprehensive set of tools that can be applied to a wide array of situations. When you have a rich repository of frameworks, you can connect different models and concepts, leading to deeper insights and more robust solutions. It's like having a well-equipped toolbox. The more tools you have, and the better you know how to use them, the more capable you are at fixing diverse problems. Creating frameworks from scratch. Building your library is not just about collecting existing frameworks, it's also about creating your own. This requires a deep understanding of the core principles and the ability to distill complex ideas into simple, understandable models. A great example of this is how Apple teaches its employees to think critically and simplify concepts using Picasso's art. Picasso was able to distill the essence of a bull into simpler and simpler forms, demonstrating the power of abstraction and simplification. Finding and adapting frameworks online. In today's digital age, the internet is a treasure trove of information and resources. While many frameworks are not explicitly labeled as such, there are countless articles, blogs, and resources that provide structured ways of thinking about problems. The key is to be curious, to search actively, and to adapt these insights into your own set of frameworks. Building a diverse library. A diverse library of frameworks ensures that you are prepared for a wide variety of challenges. It allows you to approach problems from different angles, providing a more holistic and comprehensive understanding. This diversity also fosters creativity, as connecting disparate frameworks can lead to innovative solutions. Building a library of frameworks is a continuous journey of learning, adapting, and creating. It requires curiosity, critical thinking, and the ability to simplify complex ideas. With a diverse and extensive library at your disposal, you are well equipped to tackle the complex challenges of the business world, providing clear, structured, and insightful solutions. The art of connecting frameworks. In the intricate tapestry of business thinking, individual frameworks serve as threads, each with its unique color and texture. While each thread has its significance, the true beauty of the tapestry emerges when these threads intertwine, creating intricate patterns and designs. Similarly, in the realm of business decision-making, the power of frameworks is amplified when they are interconnected, leading to holistic insights and comprehensive solutions. The synergy of combined frameworks. While individual frameworks provide structured ways of approaching specific problems, combining them allows for a multidimensional analysis. It's like viewing a problem through multiple lenses, each offering a different perspective. This multi-lens approach ensures that no aspect of the problem is overlooked, leading to well-rounded solutions. Practical examples of connected frameworks. Revenue and profit analysis. By connecting the revenue framework, revenue equals number of units x price, with the profit framework, profit equals revenue cost, businesses can gain a comprehensive understanding of their financial health. For instance, a company might be generating high revenue, but when costs are factored in, the profit margins might be slim. This combined analysis can guide strategies related to pricing, cost optimization, and resource allocation. Customer satisfaction and revenue impact. Linking the customer satisfaction framework. Customer satisfaction equals expectations, perceived performance, with the revenue framework can provide insights into how customer perceptions impact financial metrics. A dip in customer satisfaction might correlate with decreased revenue, indicating the need for product improvements or enhanced customer service. The process of connecting frameworks. Identify overlapping elements. Begin by identifying elements that are common to multiple frameworks. For instance, price might be a component in both a marketing framework and a revenue framework. Understand the interplay. Dive deep into how these elements interact across frameworks. How does a change in price impact both marketing outcomes and revenue generation? Create a combined model. Develop a new, integrated framework that encapsulates the insights from multiple individual frameworks. This model should be flexible, allowing for adjustments based on specific business contexts. The art of connecting frameworks is akin to weaving a tapestry, where individual threads come together to create a cohesive and beautiful whole. By mastering this art, businesses can ensure that their decision-making is holistic, informed, and strategic, leading to sustained success in the ever-evolving market landscape. Applying frameworks in real-life scenarios. While understanding the theory behind frameworks is essential, their true value is realized when applied to real-life scenarios. Frameworks serve as guiding principles, helping individuals and businesses navigate complex situations with clarity and confidence. In this chapter, we'll explore how frameworks can be applied in various real-life contexts, providing tangible benefits and actionable insights. Navigating business negotiations. In the high-stakes world of business negotiations, every word and gesture matters. Here, the steer, don't follow framework can be invaluable. Instead of merely reacting to the other party's propositions, one can take control of the conversation, guiding it in a direction that aligns with their objectives. For instance, if negotiating a partnership deal, instead of getting bogged down in minutiae, steer the conversation towards the broader vision and mutual benefits. Product development and marketing. When launching a new product, understanding its potential revenue generation is crucial. The revenue framework, revenue equals number of units x price, can offer clarity. By tweaking the price or focusing on increasing the number of units sold through marketing strategies, businesses can optimize their revenue potential. Strategic planning and decision-making. For businesses charting their future course, the profit framework, profit equals revenue cost, provides a clear picture of financial health. By understanding where the revenue streams are and identifying areas of high costs, companies can make informed decisions about expansions, investments, and resource allocations. Customer-centric approaches. In today's competitive market, customer satisfaction is paramount. Using the customer satisfaction framework, customer satisfaction equals expectations, perceived performance, businesses can gauge how well they are meeting customer expectations. If there's a gap, it indicates areas for improvement, be it in product quality, customer service, or marketing communication. Frameworks are not just theoretical constructs, they are practical tools that provide structure and clarity. By applying them in real-life scenarios, businesses and individuals can make informed decisions, optimize their strategies, and navigate challenges with confidence. It's like having a roadmap in the complex journey of business, guiding the way towards success. Adapting frameworks to changing environments. In the dynamic world of business, change is the only constant. Market trends shift, consumer preferences evolve, and technological advancements redefine industries. In such a fluid environment, relying solely on static frameworks can lead to stagnation. The key to sustained success lies in the ability to adapt frameworks to the ever-changing landscape, ensuring they remain relevant and effective. The importance of flexibility. Frameworks, while providing structure, should not be rigid. They should be seen as living entities, evolving with the changing environment. A framework that worked perfectly a decade ago might not be as effective today. Hence, periodic reviews and updates are essential to ensure they remain relevant. Incorporating new data and insights. As businesses gather more data and gain new insights, these should be incorporated into existing frameworks. For instance, the rise of social media has drastically changed marketing strategies. A marketing framework that doesn't account for social media's influence would be incomplete in today's context. Cross-industry adaptations. Sometimes, frameworks from one industry can be adapted to another with minor tweaks. For example, a framework used in the tech industry to prioritize product features could be adapted for the hospitality industry to prioritize guest amenities. Feedback loops. Creating feedback loops where the outcomes of decisions made using frameworks are analyzed can provide valuable insights. If a framework consistently leads to suboptimal results, it's a sign that it needs to be revisited and refined. Training and workshops. Regular training sessions and workshops can help teams understand the nuances of adapted frameworks. It also provides an opportunity for team members to voice concerns, provide feedback, and share insights, ensuring the framework's continuous improvement. In the ever-evolving business landscape, the ability to adapt is paramount. Frameworks, while providing a structured approach to decision-making, should not be set in stone. By ensuring they evolve with the changing environment, businesses can continue to derive value from them, making informed decisions that drive growth and success.